Some Mid-Michigan students found that getting ahead means going to the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. Caroline Vandergriff has more on their historic discovery found using a robot built from scratch.
Back in the classroom again, this underwater robot Stockbridge High School students spent a year building has now seen the bottom of the Pacific Ocean.
For a high school team to build a robot, travel 8,000 miles, deploy the robot, dive 80 feet into the ocean on their first day, and then image an unknown wreck to that point is just amazing.
Off the coast of Palau, a small country 500 miles east of the Philippines, the Stockbridge High School robotics team was among the first 20 people to see the crash site of a Marine Corps Corsair plane shot down in 1944.
It was unbelievable. Some spear fishermen found it the day that we arrived, so we were actually the first team to actually get video images of the Corsair.
Seeing the Corsair really made you think of everything we did to get there, and then that was pretty much an end result of everything we did, and you felt really accomplished.
And the team took their success a step further. By getting images of the plane's ID plate, they tracked down the Corsair's pilot.
It was Captain McCullough. He ditched his airplane after bombing an ammunition dump. The oil cooler was damaged. He was picked up after about 20 minutes in the ocean. He's 91 years old, living in Florida, and was just amazed that we had found his aircraft after all these years.
After imaging the Corsair, the team focused on their original mission, finding a B-24 bomber 125 feet into the ocean. The team never found the B-24, but that just means they'll be that much closer when they go back next year.
Most people have never heard of Stockbridge. We have to, take out our Michigan map and show them where it is. Stockbridge's robotics program is unique because our robotics program has a purpose behind it. Instead of doing simple tasks with our robot, we actually have a mission that we're working towards, which is finding downed World War II planes in the Pacific. We travel to Palau, which is 500 miles east of the Philippines. The past 3 years that we've gone, we've taken this robot. There was a battle during World War II called the Battle of Peleliu. It was a Japanese airstrip, and the U.S. tried to take it, which they succeeded in, but there are 150 missing planes there still, and about 75 are deemed findable. So we travel there with the Bent Prop Project, which is a nonprofit organization that looks for these planes. And our robot helps them by giving them more bottom time, because a scuba diver only has 8 to 10 minutes when they're that deep in the ocean. But our robot can go as long as our batteries will last.
The biggest thing that I've learned, hands down, is how to improvise. Everything goes good in the classroom, the robot's working, but we get out 7 miles on the water in Palau and everything breaks, and you say, okay, I don't have what I need here, what can I put together that'll make this work? And there's just a lot of improvising, adapting to overcome, and it's helped me a lot.
Our class is split into 2 teams. There's an engineering team and a marketing team. And the marketing team is in charge of funding the whole trip to Palau. So what we do is we do different fundraisers, we ask for donations, we write grants, and we also do sponsorships with different companies.
It's available to kids 3rd grade all the way through 12th grade. We have a middle school program as well as an elementary. In both programs, they're making full-on ROVs. We have what's called an ROV in a bucket kit, and it's a 5-gallon bucket, and it has everything in it that you need to make an ROV. We take cheap bilge pump motors for boats, we take switch boxes, and we show them how to solder and how to wire everything, and we put it together, and they get to drive their own ROV.
Our mission is to help the promise of America to bring these missing soldiers home. That's why robotics is so unique here. It makes it so much more important to us than just trying to pick up balls in a gym. It takes a lot of hard work, and it is pretty incredible for a school with not as many resources as other schools to be doing something so unique.